Yo, what's up? This is Flex Alexander.
Omar Gooding.
Yeah, Treach is up in the building, and you listening to Brink Radio.
Brink.
Like that.
Another Brink Radio exclusive.
What's happening, everybody? Of course, it's your host, Brink On, coming straight out of them South Memphis slums, and you are tuning in to Brink Radio right here on 96.3 FM. Talk about bumping 96.3 because you know, Brink put the B in bumping. Look, we got tremendous guests on the show right now. Now, I got to say, these brothers are definitely a staple of my childhood. We're talking about Omar Gooding. We're talking about Treach, and we're talking about Flex Alexander. Now, can I say Flex Alexander or do I say Flex?
You can say Flex Alexander, Flex, whatever.
You know, I had to ask because, you know, I made the mistake of saying Leon Robinson, and he was like, you better call me Leon unless you got a check for me. So I'm going to ask. I'm asking.
It's fine, brother. It's fine.
Yeah. So like I said, we talked about cast members of the New Jack City stage play in the building right now. How you brothers doing?
Oh, we good, man. We good.
Blessed.
We good.
Yeah.
Ain't complaining, not at all. We're excited to be here, man.
Hey, praise the Lord for that. So, of course, we're talking about Memphis. This Saturday, they will be starring in this play. Now, I got to talk about New Jack City real quick because we're talking about one of my top 3 favorite movies of all time. Now, of course, number 1 is actually Boys in the Hood, which your brother was starring in. But let's talk about what this movie means to you guys as well as our culture.
I mean, the movie was a cult classic, so what we bringing is it's like an expansion of what you've seen on screen. We just bringing it live to you, in front of you. A lot of people we found out that come see the show, they never seen theater before, so they don't know how action packed it is. The production makes you feel like you actually are in Harlem.
Yeah.
The clothes, the gear, the slang, the twang. It's like you actually right there on them blocks watching it rock out.
It's kind of a prequel too, huh? They tell a little backstory action in there.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
Tell you stuff in the story that you didn't know about Nino and G Money. So you gonna get a lesson, learn. It's just so much stuff going on, man. We got a 60-foot screen, digital screen. I mean, it's something you haven't seen before. I promise you.
Absolutely. So, of course, we got to talk, man, because when that movie came out, I actually saw it at an age I probably shouldn't be watching nothing like that. But you guys were definitely working. You were active. Let's talk about what that movie, did around that time. Did you all see it in theaters or, how did y'all?
In the theaters.
Theaters.
In the theaters. Packed. I was actually living in Harlem at the time.
Okay.
The theater was packed, man. And I think it's different because they were worried initially putting the movie out, backstory. They didn't initially get all of the theaters that they ended up getting later because they thought it was going to incite some type of, violence.
Right,
but,
yeah.
they didn't have no issues, man. People were just happy to see us on screen, and people could relate because in every city you could relate to that story.
It was the epidemic.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, of course, let's get into some actual soloism. We're talking about Treach of Naughty by Nature. You've seen him in Jason's Lyric. You've seen him in Juice. And, of course, my favorite film that you were in, First Time Felon. You're actually playing the role of Nino Brown, originally played by Wesley Snipes. Let's talk preparing for this role. What was that like?
I mean, preparing was just watching the movie.
Okay.
Once you did that, you knew it. You knew your lines. I knew everybody else's lines. I knew how it went down. But like they say, it's an expansion. It's more added. It's some things that's just really enhanced. So it was easy. It was just me. I knew Alan Payne. I knew Flex, decades. You feel what I'm saying? So when we worked together, and it's been an honor working with O for the first time, everybody has that energy. You know what I mean? So your inspiration and everything else goes on. Everybody else is doing their numbers. So you got to just keep up and be up in there, and it's going to make that party rock.
Definitely. And, of course, we're talking about Flex Alexander. You've seen him on One-on-One, Where I Live. And, of course, my favorite, Homeboys in Outer Space. Hey, man.
People really love that show, man.
I did.
People love that show, man.
Yeah, man. So, of course, one thing I got to talk about real quick before we get into your role, I saw the interview you did on Sway's Universe, and it was funny how Sway said, Flex ain't out here all in the alley looking like Pookie with a glass pipe in his hand. Now look at you. Look at you. You playing the role of Pookie, originally played by Chris Rock, man. Let's talk about you preparing for this role.
Man, for
no
me,
method acting, right?
No, okay. Listen. No. But I do take a little bit from the history of, because, of course, when crack hit in 85, it destroyed a lot of families. And, my family was not exempt from that. I had 2 brothers that got hit with that. My mom, cocaine addiction. So I got to see it up close and personal, like as I'm sure many of us have family members that have gone through that. So doing this role, I just try to take a little bit of that, going to the meetings when they were trying to recover and just seeing just the lifestyle of it. I just took that, added some fun in there, some dance. Like you're gonna see, people are not gonna expect what Pookie is gonna bring.
Yeah.
Because I try to give them a little depth, you know what I mean, and not all fun and jokes. So it's been fun for me, man. We've been rocking this joint for like over 2 years, this play, and it's been fun every time. Every time I get on the stage, it feels different for me.
Absolutely. And of course, last but not least, we're talking about Omar Gooden, no junior, because a lot of people do that. I don't know why they do that.
You better tell them.
Yeah, you better tell them. Hey,
do that?
You
do that.
Often.
You ain't seen my special. I'm gonna send you a clip. I had to let them have it on stage one time just to let them know.
Yeah, man. So, of course, you guys have seen him on one of my favorite shows. We're talking about Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Smart Guy, Family Time, and, of course, Baby Boy. You're playing Stone, originally played by Mario Van Peebles. We're talking about legendary Mario Van Peebles.
Yes, sir.
How did you prepare for that, man?
Well, I had to be quick because, like I said, I got the script 2 days before they started. Jumped on the plane and arrived and hit the ground running. And when I saw these guys, they let me see a video of it, and then I got to see them live.
Okay.
Like in the rehearsals, when I said, "Man, this is strong. Ain't no room for error here." You know what I mean? Obviously, I had to get the lines down, but then it's about the cues, and then it's learning their energy and their vibe and how they're flowing. And now it's always, it's next man up, but it's like bang, bang, bang. You know what I mean? One man fall, when one line miss could throw the whole thing off.
Yeah.
Like everything's connected really nicely the way he wrote this script, man. And anything Jecaryous does is just always to 10 plus, 110%. So I was excited to be a part of it, and I'm excited for y'all to see it, man.
Absolutely. So, of course, you guys make sure y'all file in. We're talking about this Saturday. We're talking about at the Orpheum Theater in Memphis. They got 2 shows, man, and them tickets going
not to
crazy.
interrupt you, but let them know bring the fathers out.
That's
the Father's Day gift,
there
man.
you go. There you go.
Stop, kids. Stop being so bad and cheap on Father's Day, man.
There you go. Hey, no socks, man. Like I told them off air, man. Go ahead, dust off the Kango, dust off the tracksuit. Let's take Pops out.
Yes, sir.
This is definitely Pop's favorite movie. You know that, and of course, the family can come to
Family affair.
Yes,
Family
function. I
wouldn't the youngsters, but
I wouldn't
not
suggest
the
under 18.
Not if you got to breastfeed them.
I ain't pulling no punches.
Yeah, man.
We filth, floor, and filth.
Filth, floor, and filth. Shout out to Eddie Murphy, man. But Treach, I want to talk to you about something real quick. Something recently that I seen, and it was kind of weird to me. I saw Method Man and Redman. They performed at the High 97 Summer Jam this year, and the crowd was kind of lackluster. I know that Method Man spoke about the age gap causing the disconnect. How would you speak to that, man?
A lot of times it's a venue you got to choose on what that radio station is playing.
Facts.
Like if they ain't played the records from Redman or Naughty or anything for like 20, 30 years, then if you ain't got a collaboration with a newer artist and a newer record, that might not be the event. But it's basically doing the research on it. Because I do shows all year round. Red in Memphis, I just did a show with them in Newark, New Jersey, but it was our crowd. Right. You know what I mean? It was us, Bobby Brown, TLC, Boyz II Men, Faith Evans. So it was all everybody coming there. They know everybody's records. So it was just more or less. I'm knowing like they see Meth, Power and all the rest of that, the new stuff. But a lot of the new generation don't know that music.
A lot of them don't even know that he's a rapper. Just watching Power.
Yeah,
They don't even realize that he's a rapper.
Yeah, they don't listen to the stations, the many stations that's out there that play throwbacks, old school, Rock the Bells radio and a lot of stuff like that, So it was just one of those type of things.
Absolutely. So, Flex, I'd like to talk to you about, of course, the hit series One on One on UPN.
Yeah.
I would like to just quickly further a conversation I started with actress Jasmine Lewis as well as Elise Neal.
And Elise. Oh, man, those are my people.
Definitely. So the conversation that we started was talking about how it appeared that networks began to phase out black sitcoms in the late 90s into the 2000s. How would you speak to that?
They'll do it all the time.
Okay.
They did it with Fox. That's how Fox was built. in Living Color, Martin, all those shows built. They got the ad revenue, all that stuff. Then it was like, all right, thank you. Then it turned into the 90210, Beverly Hills, like it changed. UPN, CW, same thing. We built such a great fan base and, marketing dollars. And I don't care what anybody says, man, we are the ones who set the culture. And when I hear people, not people, but I hear it in interviews and articles saying that we don't translate, whether it's overseas or whatever. I'm like, man, if you look, I've seen in Japan, they got Japanese dude with dreads and gold fronts.
Yeah.
Like, if you tell me that's not a direct reflection of our culture, then what is? UPN, CW, and I know Omar can attest to this, man. We put them networks on our back. All of those shows, even from Smart Guy to Steve Harvey show, all those shows, because there was a time we were barely getting on network TV. I know O was one of the fortunate ones to be on network TV. I was, on ABC, and it's different.
Right.
And I just felt like those networks gave us an opportunity to showcase and work. But the flip side is our own people were dogging them out, saying, y'all working, that's bootleg networks. And it's like, okay, what are you going to complain about? When we're not working, y'all complaining. Now we working, you complaining. So you got to pick your battle. Sorry for the long
No, you
thing.
good.
That's just something I always think about.
Oh, did you want to piggyback off of that? Because, I mean, you were on, Hanging with Mr. Cooper. That was a pivotal show on TGIF.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was
man. Yeah. We started that on Hanging with Mr. Cooper. It was part of TGIF. Yeah, with Family Matters and that whole run in the 90s. And it was a good time. And then it was, it was a lull. Even when I went over to Smart Guy, which was on the WB.
Correct.
And you see how that came, and then that kind of went away. And then, like Flex said, I was fortunate because what they did is Disney actually picked up Smart Guy after we finished the run with WB. And then they re-picked it up again on Disney Plus, so they know where to go when they want it real. You know what I'm saying? And
definitely.
Good thing we making a little bit of a comeback.
I promise, man, this is what we're doing. So, like I say, go ahead, let the people know all of your social media. I know we're running out of time. Go ahead, let them know the social media and how they can get in contact with you guys.
Yeah.
On IG and Threads, I'm at Treach Tribe.
Me, I'm Flex A For Real, FOREAL, on Instagram, TikTok, and I recently got back on Snapchat.
Nice. Get your snap on. My IG is at Omar Gooding, and I got a TikTok, Omar Miles Gooding, the full government.
There we go. Hey, I definitely got to say thank you, brothers, for being guests on the show. And again, Memphis audience, not just Memphis. We're talking about surrounding areas everywhere in this Mid-South area. They call us the Mid-South. Make sure y'all pull up. We're talking about this Saturday. They got two shows at the Orpheum. Make sure y'all support. And like I say, fathers, no socks, no ties, no lawnmowers, no power tools. Take them to see New Jack City, the stage play. Like I say, top 3 favorite movie of mine. Hey, with that being said, now back to Brink Radio. Don't move.
Brink.
Don't move.